Hi guys, it's Hope. Today I'm going to do a get ready with me. I haven't just sat down and talked to you guys in forever. I just want to film like a get ready with me in my dorm room because I talked about doing that. Like I was like, oh, I'll sit and film these every once in a while, you know, like once I get into school. Well, it's currently November 6th and I have not done a sit down get ready with me yet. So I'm taking the time right now. Ashlyn is not around and I just really want to like respect her with that stuff too. Like I don't want to always be filming. Like once in a while I'll film something with her in it. But I just don't want to push my limits, you know, because she's not a YouTuber. And I don't know if it really bugs her. She's never said anything. But, you know, I just, like, want to respect that. So I decided to sit down today while I have the time. It's also Wednesday, which is usually the day that I have one class in the morning. And the last time I filmed a day in the life video was when it was a Wednesday, and I had a test. So I went to class, took my test, and then left. It was the same thing today. So I had a test today. So I literally went to class, took my test, and then kind of came back. Although it is already noon. This day is already flying because I decided not to do any makeup before taking my test because I just figured I might as well just do my makeup afterwards and then I can film it. So I've kind of been slacking with YouTube here a little bit and it makes me like really sad because I want to put out videos that I'm proud of, but I also don't want to just like not ever upload, you know? Like I don't want to just like throw something out there, but at the same time like I want to be able to upload videos for you guys. So I've been struggling with that a little bit. I haven't uploaded in a week. I'm kind of freaking out because I don't ever go that long without uploading, but it's okay. We're just going to chat, kind of get ready. I know like these videos don't even get that many views on my channel, but I was like, whatever. I kind of just want to talk, and I feel like I asked some of you guys on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, simplyhope12, go follow me, because a lot of times I post on my stories more than I actually post. I don't want to be that annoying person that constantly posts either. I do put on my stories like to ask you guys like questions about things and everything. It's like the only form of social media other than YouTube that I do stuff on with Simply Hope. I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook. I don't ever really do much on those. But I asked them if you guys had any topics or questions you wanted me to talk about while I filmed this video, just so I had some things to chat about, and I got some responses. So I was trying to make the background look kind of cute because it's like, you know, like I have just like ugly towels hanging and stuff. I almost just swore. You know what? I don't care. I'm a mess all day, every day, and it shows in my videos. I don't care. I don't even know what I'm doing for my makeup, so I think we should just kind of get started with that. I really just want to use up this NYX Hydra Touch Primer because, oh man, I've had this for freaking ever and I love this. I love the smell. It kind of like brings me back. Okay, I haven't had it forever. It's probably actually almost been 2 years. And I just feel like it's almost been gone for a long time and I'm like, no, don't use it up. I don't know why I think that because it's like, I really like it. I like the smell. It's kind of like a gel base. Sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder. If you have dry skin, this would not just be your only moisturizer, but if you have oily skin, you actually might like this if you need hydration before foundation. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense if you have oily skin, but like this is like a very thin, slippery, light, like cooling feeling. How have you guys been? That's what I want to know. This is my L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I do not like this packaging because I don't want to dig my nail in there, so I always just take the end of a brush, which that's disgusting, but whatever. Also, before I get back to how you guys have been, I want to reorganize my makeup situation. So I plan to film that sometime because what I thought would work kind of has worked, but at the same time, I've kind of just been like over it and just want to change it. So at school, like the way I have like this bag, and then I also have like an actual container. I just grabbed my whole thing and brought it here. Stay tuned for that. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. Honestly, I might not even change it until like second semester, which I only have 4 weeks left of the semester. Time flies, even though it feels like it's been forever and so slow, but it was also flowing at the same time. I'm also such a thinker, and I never even realized how much of a thinker I am until I started dating Isaac, because he literally tells me all the time, like, Hope, you're overthinking this, you think too much. Which is very true. I do. But I'm trying to decide what foundation to use because I have my Rimmel one, which I have been loving lately, but you cannot get this anymore. They reformulated it, and I am so mad at you, Rimmel, because this was the best foundation, so I don't want to use that. I just used my Flower Beauty the other day. I don't know what I've used recently in my videos, so I kind of want to use my LA Girl Truly Matte and mix it with this one. I have been in such a rut with foundation. I haven't bought new makeup in forever, but I have been in such a rut with makeup because I have really started to pay attention to what foundations sit well on my skin and what last well. And while this looks good and kind of in the beginning stage, by like after a couple hours, it starts to break up, especially with this one, this Maybelline Dream Urban. So I'm kind of like torn on what to use. I literally only have these 4 foundations, and I go home and there's none that I'm wanting to bring back to school that I have at home. So I posted on my Instagram story yesterday or the day before asking for your guys' foundation recommendations from the drugstore that I need to try, because I want new ones and I love testing out foundations. That's like the one thing I love to test out. So I actually am going to Target later today, so I think I might pick up a new one. My mind is all over the place. So I don't really want matte right now, and I can mix this. You know, I think I'm just going to use my light illusion, and then I'll blend in a little bit of my Maybelline Dream Urban cover. That's what I'm going to do today. In this light illusion from Flower Beauty, I have in the shade Ivory, which is a little bit, I'm going to do 2 pumps because they're kind of small. That's like 2 pumps. It's a little bit too dark for me, so I'll just mix in a little bit of this Dream Urban cover in Porcelain, which is too light. I don't think I'm ever this pale. Oh, by the way, I asked how you were. That's right. So yeah, let me know how you guys are in the comments. I love chatting with you. That's like my favorite thing about this channel, is to just be able to talk about makeup, but with people who love it, you know? Like, it's not just me. Like, I like want to know more about like you guys too. So definitely, see, this is still too dark, but definitely share as much as you obviously publicly want in the comments. I love having conversations with you guys on any video. It's my favorite thing to read your comments and respond. My DMs on Instagram are always open. Like, I love having conversations whenever I hear from you guys. It just like, I love it. So always, always, always open to chat with you guys. So don't message me on YouTube though. I never see that. Like, I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore, but I never look on there. Comments, Instagram DMs, I get those, I read them, I respond. One thing I want to address first is my hair. I have had so many requests lately to do like an updated hair care routine, but honestly, this has been like the worst. Like, my hair has never been worse right now. Like, I just feel like my hair is going through the worst stage. I think it's the transition with stress and change. I do not do well with change, and so this whole dorm living, moving on to the house thing has been like crazy for me. And yeah, so my hair has been horrible. It's been thinning. I seriously think I've lost half a head of hair from it. My hair is so thin, it's so frizzy, and I've always used horrible products like Pantene for your hair, and I'm like, I need to stop now. So I've been kind of researching things. So recently, I literally last week just switched to Diva Curl. I think it's the low poo shampoo. I did the curl quiz like online to like get the best one. Whatever, the hydrating conditioner. Now, it's only been a week, and I haven't noticed like my hair getting any greasier than normal. I mean, my hair usually gets pretty greasy pretty fast. I'll just link all the products I'm using down in the description. Haven't noticed a difference with that. I don't know if my hair is like as curly as normal. Like, Pantene did make my hair curly, but also my hair hasn't been just like curlier in general just in a while. But also, I am not like straight using the Diva Curl yet. I had like barely any left of my Pantene curling shampoo and conditioner, so I'm like mixing like half and half, so it was like not just going from one jump to the other. So I'm not fully on the Diva Curl yet, but I'm like pretty much, it's like a 60-40 percentage, just so I can use it up because I don't want to waste it, you know? I mean, I don't know if my hair right now, I mean, obviously I can't tell a difference quite yet because it's only been like a week, but I definitely will update you on that. But I'm excited because a lot of girls that have like curly wavy hair like really like that. Natural light is such a world of a difference. I think that this Maybelline actually makes my skin look more textured, the Maybelline Dream Urban, than just like when I use the Flower Beauty on its own. It adds maybe coverage to the Flower Beauty one, but it honestly, I feel like it just makes my skin even look oxidized. If you guys watch my empties, that's usually when I talk about hair products, which I just was looking today. I haven't uploaded one in like 4 months. So I'm currently working on one. I probably will film it the next time I go home. It's not going to be a super long empties video, but it's going to have a good amount of products in there. But with hair stuff, I haven't figured it out, and I don't want to share with you kind of my hair care routine when I'm not satisfied. And I don't know, I get so many comments and I feel like my hair is like in a horrible stage right now. So I got a couple school questions. So how are you liking college? Any clubs you've joined? No, I have not. Wait, backtrack. How am I enjoying college? I haven't actually minded it. You know, I struggled awfully, horribly when I started 9th grade of high school. I hated it. Like, I hated it. Like, I hate change. So I was kind of, I think, expecting it to be worse than it was, which is a good thing. I feel like I would rather have it be better than I expected, you know? I had just a lot of personal stuff going on, like when I first moved in, so I was very emotional the first week. But that was kind of my fault. It was my hormones. Move-in was very difficult and emotional. That day was like so stressful, and I knew it was going to be, but I just remember like at night, it was like the time that when I would sit and lay in bed and I'd watch YouTube, I'd watch Criminal Minds on Netflix, which was like my safe comfort, which that's like a weird show to have a comfort, but it was. My friend, like Emma, my best friend Emma, who has, I don't know what I would do without her. When she calls me, when Isaac calls me at night, those were the times that I would just realize that everything is okay. I'm gonna start crying. I am an emotional wreck. Why am I an emotional wreck? I don't know. Like when I would sit down at night and just everything would just chill out and I would relax, I would just realize like everything is okay. I think when you go through stressful things in life, once it just kind of calms down and you're like laying in bed at night or whatever, and you are just talking to the people, whether you are with them like actually physically or not, but you just are doing something that is kind of calming and relaxing, like that's what got me through first week especially. Honestly, it feels like it was forever ago. Overall, it really has actually been a lot easier than I thought. I mean, it's stressful and it's difficult, and this change has actually, I think it's kind of been something where it's just like I just need to do it and I just need to get through it, you know? With the whole change, I knew it was going to be hard for me, and so I think honestly, I created expectations that were worse than they really were. I think that was part of it that helped me get through it a little bit, but also just like at night, kind of like getting back to myself and just realizing like everything's fine. I'm just using my Physicians Formula, the Healthy Powder, which I've started to kind of hit pan on if you can barely see down there. I don't really need bronzer. I'm just going to take my Catrice Sun Lover Glow Bronzer and just kind of bronze my neck and just blend it all together. Yeah, it was rough, but it also like transitioned to be a lot easier than I thought. So after my long-winded response to your question, I've been adjusting well, actually, and I just cannot believe that we only have a couple weeks left of the semester. And I think that's what's getting me through too, is just breaking it up and be like, okay, then you have Christmas break. So, and no, I've not joined any clubs. I've been really terrible with that, actually. I've kind of kept to myself, which, you know, they say not to do, but for me, in my like emotional, physical like state of mind, I need to have that alone time where I just sit down and zen and just like do my homework, watch YouTube, edit YouTube, because YouTube is kind of like my space where I just like get to get out of the zone and just like kind of go into a different little world. And that's what I love about it. And like filming today, I'm like super excited because it's something that I don't get to do as much anymore, and I just love it. I'm taking my Flower Beauty blush, which I did bring back to school, which is weird because I don't really like blush, but I have been into this lately. We're gonna flush the cheeks up. No, I haven't joined any clubs yet, but it's also first semester, so I'm just kind of adjusting first, and I haven't really gotten out and done a whole lot, but also my college is very good about trying to connect people. So like I'm going to a Christian school, so like we have like Bible studies on certain nights and just like specific things that they try to get you connected to. Like my floor does things, so it's also really weird to go from like a school where I've just gone to the same school since I was in first grade to coming where everybody like knew about my YouTube channel to coming here and like nobody knows anything. This, I know you can't get this anymore, but I love this Catrice highlighting powder. I've hit pan on it and it's like I taped it because I broke the lid, but I love it so much. It's kind of like the Hourglass powders from what I can tell. I've never really tried the Hourglass powders, but it's just like a highlighter that doesn't emphasize, and it's just kind of like really natural. You can build it, but it's not like a super blinding. It just adds some glow to your face. My batteries are dying. I have 3 different batteries, and so far 2 of them have died. So I just sprayed my face with this Smarty Badescu spray to add some moisture back into the skin. I like this. This is a good facial spray. I mean, it's just a good skin spray. I should really keep this in the fridge. I don't know why I don't. Somebody asked how our class is going so far. Do you like them? So I'm only taking 14 credits right now, so my class schedule isn't like a huge overload. I have 4 classes right now. So I've taken 2 communications classes already, which is what I am getting my degree in so far anyway. There was a specific one called organizational communications that I was going to do, but I think I might be switching my major. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to stick with the communications department, but my school likes to emphasize and a little bit more specifically with like relational communications. Not that it really matters once you get into the career field unless you're looking for something super specific, but I'm using my Smashbox highlighter that I absolutely love. Yeah, my classes aren't horrible. I'm doing perfectly fine. I feel like I'm doing better than I am, just because like I'm like, oh, I'm definitely getting A's, and I'm like, no, this is not high school. So I mean, I'm doing fine, but it's been nice to have 2 communications classes because I've kind of like decided what I would like and if I want to stick with it or not, which I enjoy that. Also, can we talk about my eyelashes? It literally looks like I have mascara on right now. My Babe Lash serum, linked in the description box because I get 1,000 questions. All my friends are asking me too. It's always in my description box, my videos. It's expensive, I know, and I really don't think you need, I use both, the silver and the gold one. I don't know which one I would have you choose over the other. Yeah, I think I'd have to like research in what you're needing more, but I don't think you need both, honestly. You could probably just do one or the other, but they are expensive. I do have a code. I don't even know what it is. It's down there in case you're curious. And for the holidays, I'm definitely planning to do like holiday decor videos. Ashley and I haven't really decorated our room. This was the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Pencil, by the way. But for Christmas, we full on are, and I plan to do a video on it. So my camera overheated now. So I used my CoverGirl Lid Lockup Primer, which I'm shaking from my coffee, which I'm drinking an iced mocha. And then I'm going to use my Tartelette Bloom palette because I haven't used this in a while. And I just used the matte shade called Charmer just to set my lids. I always do that. It just works best for me. How has long distance... Oh, somebody's so cute. How has long distance been with Isaac? The fact that they even remembered his name... That's so cute. I just want to start by throwing Flower Child in my crease, even though it's a really light shade, I know, but we're going to start and build up. So, long distance with Isaac. If you don't know, I have a boyfriend who goes to school about 2.5 hours from here, from my school. 2.5. Honestly, okay. So, we started dating senior year, which I was so skeptical about because I was like, no, we're going to college, not doing it. Well, you know, you can't help when you fall in love because when he doesn't leave you alone for like 3 months straight and you keep telling him, no, I don't want to do this, and then he keeps bugging you, and then you finally give in and go on a date, and then you keep talking, and then it just kind of goes from there. You can't help that, right? Smarty Pants is the next shade I'm going to go into. I never looked at the name of these. Long story short, that's kind of how a very simple form of my relationship went. I kind of talked about it on my channel last year when it was kind of going down, but we've been dating for a year now, and so when I went into it, I was like, I am not doing this. Well, it changed because when you fall in love, you fall in love. After we kind of started dating, then he was like, well, I don't know if I want to do this for long distance when we go to school. Like, we'll probably just do this kind of summer thing. And I think because he was the type of person, I had never had like a serious boyfriend before. I had talked to this guy. We were kind of dating. It was a rough situation. It did not end well. He never really had like serious girlfriends. I think he dated around a little bit, but he was just used to kind of dating around and not being in a serious relationship like we are now. And he had kind of said like, I don't know if I want to continue when we go to school. He was just so used to being never in a serious relationship. And I think after he said that and kind of thought about it more, he realized like, oh shoot, this is actually more than what I'm used to. And for me too, like I never really was in that type of a serious relationship. By the way, I have product on this brush already, 110%. I don't clean my brushes all the time, so it's probably gonna look a little different than if it was just this palette. So that was that, and I was heartbroken. I remember that night. It was like back in January. we were both like emotional about it. So I don't even know. That doesn't make any sense why we even did that. Anyway, it's kind of just like, why would we have done that? Because we started dating, you made me like you, and now you're gonna do this. So I was not really that thrilled either. Well, then we just later on realized like we can't just do that. Like we have to try. Like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but like why not try if you really want to? This past summer had a lot of, not tension, because we don't ever really argue. We bicker. Mostly it's me. I'd be petty. I don't want to say I like to be, but I am petty sometimes. I think this past summer was hard because we never really like had issues, but it was, we knew that it was coming, that tension a little bit, because we knew like we have to go to school soon. I'm taking jet setter, and this is going to be really hard. So I think that we could feel a little bit of a tension, like, oh my gosh, we're not going to meet together all the time, long distance. And we both went to the same high school, if you didn't know, so like I had been used to seeing him every day at school. No matter if we hung out every day, but I still saw him at school every day. We spent a lot of time together in the summer. Counting down the days to, or when he left first. He left like a week before I left and went to school. So counting down the days, that was really hard. I remember like that feeling of just like, I just want to spend every single moment with you. That was so hard. And I remember dropping him off that day, because I went down with his family to drop him off, and driving away, and it was just the most heartbreaking feeling to just drive away from somebody and to be 2.5 hours away from them when you've never had to do that before. And people who've never had to do long distance don't get that. I mean, they do. Like, a lot of people like can't imagine being apart, and that was kind of me. And so I think it was just like the most heartbreaking feeling. That first week was difficult, but then I moved in, and so I was distracted too. It's gotten better. It's gotten way better, and I have luckily seen him like almost every weekend, which that sounds ridiculous, but I do get to see him a lot. We make sacrifices. I go visit him. He comes home, especially like because he has stuff to do like where we're from, and like his family owns businesses that he has to help out with, so like he has reasons to come home too. So like that's kind of been a really nice thing. We've been able to see each other a lot, but it's so hard still to go like throughout the whole week not seeing him when I'm used to seeing him every day. It still is, and we've been doing this for 2.5 months now. So it's not been that long, but I kind of want to take Rockstar and just see. Sundays are the worst on the weekends when I see him and then have to say goodbye, because it's just every Sunday my heart breaks a little bit, because you just kind of, you see each other on the weekend and you get comfortable, you're like, oh, this is good, and then you have to say goodbye again. And it's really in my head because I can handle it. Like, it is Wednesday this week, I am fine. I am used to not seeing him during the weeks now, and I FaceTime him and I talk to him, and yeah, I miss him, but like I'm used to it now. And so I think like it's in my head that I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like every Sunday I'm like, I can't do this, this is too emotional, this is too hard. But then I'm always like, I'm fine. Like during the week, I'm fine. So this has probably been such a good thing for our relationship, because we didn't follow each other to the same school, and we are just emotionally like, we're developing as our own person, which I think is the most important thing, because when you're in your late teens, early 20s, that's when you develop the most as a person, and you really get your personality, you know? Which is kind of intimidating to look at from this side when I'm like going into that, because it's like, oh my gosh, like my personality is developing now. I'm like, people who don't do long distance are so lucky, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It has been, if your relationship can go through long distance, I don't want to say it, but I really think your relationship can go through anything. If you can do long distance and have the trust and have the whatever, it can go through anything. And it sucks. And to think that I have to do this for like another 3 years sucks. But that's 3 years out of my life. And hopefully I live a decently long life to the point where it's just a small little portion. Just like high school. Everybody like in high school kind of freaks out about stuff, and it's like, this is just such a small part of your life. Even though it seems big in the moment, it's really such a small part of your life. So yeah, it's been very hard lately. I can't lie, it is really hard. I can't imagine Isaac not being in my life. And I know that's, to some people, sounds ridiculous, and to be honest, my relationship has not always been supported by my family. It's always been kind of like, there's the stigma of when, especially like people in my parents' generation, so parents that are in their late 40s, early 50s, has that stigma where it's like you can't just date one person because you have to date around, and if you just date one person, they're gonna hold you back. And that has been the most difficult and frustrating thing, because I disagree 110%. You're the only one that knows. You are the only person that knows if this is right for you or not. Yes, take advice from others. I'm constantly open to hearing, like, asking my friends, like, what do you think about this? There have been relationships in my life that I've not been satisfied with, not with myself, but with other people that relate to me. I've never been satisfied with, and no matter how much I tell these people, and they don't listen or they don't care, I know what it's like to be on that receiving end. So I am fully always wanting to be aware of what other people think about my relationship. I mean, I'm, like, in the relationship, but I don't always see the outside. So it's healthy, I think, to ask people in a good, like, obviously it's going to be hard to hear what they think if they disagree, but it's good to check in once in a while with others with your relationship and to be like, hey, like, do you think this seems healthy, or no, sorry. My camera keeps overheating, so I started to apply my CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. I've been liking this one lately. So, and that's not to say with this whole relationship thing, I'm so sick of people kind of telling me that, because I know what's healthy. This person that I talked to and was dating before Isaac was the most unhealthy, manipulative relationship I have ever been in. I was so uncomfortable. It was so a mind game and manipulative, and I can still see it affecting me to this day. So it's like, I know how the opposite is and how a horrible relationship is. And so I know that I don't need to go around and date 1,000 other people to realize what I want, because if I'm satisfied and I have my faith in the center of my relationship and I have everything that I want, like, in this relationship, and it's healthy and it's happy, then why do I need to date around? Why do I need to break up with somebody to date around to just go back to what I already had that I was good with? Mic drop. And also, I never understand the part of this person is holding you back from going out and making new friends, because, hello, I do not go to the same school. I do not see this person when I'm in school. I don't see this person during the week. So tell me, how is that affecting my making friends at college? So that was just a little internal of what's been going on in my brain. Also, my family has also never been perfect with their relationships either. So anyway, that was kind of a little personal, but it's just really what's been going on. If you have what you want, you're the only person that knows what you want. And you're the only person that knows. And of course, it's healthy to know that, yes, things can happen. I've always been that person that's said, yes, something can happen. I'm fully aware of that. And as long as you're open-minded about that and you know that things can happen, then I don't see an issue with it. Like, just because I'm 18, 19 later this year, well, in April, that doesn't mean that I don't know what I want in a relationship and I'm not happy or not or whatever, you know? It's been good. It's been really hard lately. But we go through ups and downs, but that's how long distance is. And luckily, this is not going to be my whole life. Wouldn't want to do it with any other person than him. I got another response, like a topic of faith, but I don't think I'm going to get into that right now because I do need to end this video. This video is already like 1,000 years long. I can already tell I've been filming for like an hour. I'm just going to take some more of my Dose of Colors lip gloss. I love this. That is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed just sitting down and chatting with me. Definitely let me know down in the comments if you have any thoughts about anything I talked about, just to start a conversation. I love to get to know you guys and just to chat, and you guys really do open up to me, especially when I talk about my situation with my mom and not having a mom and kind of going through that. Every time I talk about that, people open up in the comments and share their stories, which I absolutely 110% love, and it just makes me so happy. So let me know how you guys are doing down in the comments. You don't have to get too in depth, but I just want to start a conversation. So I really do love you guys, and I really love that this is my little outlet that I can do and just kind of share my life, and it's an enjoyment that I have that I get to kind of do with school. And I've always kind of thought, like, what can I turn this into? And so I'm constantly thinking about that stuff, but definitely want to kind of create something that's always in my brain. My brain's always spinning with ideas. So anyway, I love you guys. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Time to go eat my leftover chicken McNuggets.